In today's video, we are going to dive into how you can create a super organized and dynamic budgeting system using Excel. Whether you are managing personal finance or keeping track of your business expenses, this is the perfect tool for you. We are going to walk you through the setting up a master sheet with a drop-down list system that makes data entry easy, clean, and super efficient. Here we are going to have 5 key columns. This will be date, type, amount, categories, and description. This is where we will log all of our transactions. So let's make sure we have got a clean structure to work with. Date, we will put date of each transaction. In the type column, this is where you will choose whether is income or expenses. In amount column, of course, has got the amount of each transaction. In the category section, we have a categories for both income and expenses to help us stay organized. And in the description column, you will add any extra details about the transaction. Okay, now that our basic sheet is ready, let's move on the step 2. We will create a drop down list for the type column. We want to make sure we can quickly choose between income or expenses without typing it every time. Select the type column, go to the data in the top menu and then click the data validation. Under allow, select a list. In the source field, simply type income or expenses, then click OK. Now you can easily select whether it's income or expenses for every row. Now here comes the fun part, creating separate category list for income and expenses. Let's first set up this list on a different sheet. We will create 2 columns here, one for income categories and one for expenses categories. Under income, we can have salary, investment, side hustle, and others. For expenses, we will include things like rent, car insurance, food and groceries, childcare, pet, health insurance, and other. Once you have got this listed, the next step is turn each of these columns into a table so Excel knows how to organize them. Here's how you do it. Select the column of data and then hit Ctrl plus T to convert into a table. Make sure the box My Table as Header is checked and click OK. Do this for the both income and expenses column. Now we have got 2 tables set up, one for income and one for expenses. Next, let's rename these tables to something more meaningful. Click anywhere inside the income table, go to the table design tab, and in the table name field, type income. Do the same for the expenses table and rename it expenses. Now let's make things even cooler by using indirect function. This function will let us link this category list to the categories column on our master sheet. To do this, we will reference the table name in the empty cells. Type is equal to indirect in the bracket. We select income and hit enter. This will give us all the items in the income table. You can do the same with the expenses table. Just type is equal to indirect in the bracket, select the expenses, and you will see the item in the expenses table. Here is the final step to make your categories column in the master sheet work smoothly. Go to the categories column in your master sheet, highlight the cells, and again click on the data validation. This time in the source field, we will paste the indirect function. And in the bracket, instead of copy this, we will type income cell position and done. Now, when you select income in the type column, the categories drop down will show all the income categories. And if you select expenses, it will show the expenses category. Super easy, right? And that's it. You have just created a dynamic and interactive budgeting system in Excel. This setup will save you so much time and it's flexible enough to track both your income and expenses efficiently. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See you again in the next video.